"What fun," said Mother. "This should be quite an adventure." A neighbor was supposed to have left them some supper, but they would not find any food. Mother found a small amount in one of the packing cases from home, so they had a picnic meal in the kitchen. The next morning the children woke early and crept down mousy quiet to get everything ready for breakfast before Mother wakes up. They wash under the spout of the pump in the yard. "It's much more fun than basin washing," said Bobby. "How sparkly the weeds are." They lit the fire, put the kettle on, and laid the table. Then they went to explore. The house stood in a field on a hilly slope. Down below they could see the line of the railway and the black yawning mouth of a tunnel. The station was out of sight. There was There was a bridge with tall arches running across one end of the valley. They all sat down on the flat stone in the grass to watch the trains. Mother found them at 8 o'clock, asleep in the contented sun-warmed bunch. But that time the fire had burnt out and the kettle had boiled dry. But Mother had found their supper laid in another room, so they had it for breakfast. Cold roast beef, bread and butter, cheese and apple pie. All the unpacking was done by late afternoon, and Mother went to lie down, so the children set off for the railway. They slid down the short, smooth turf slope. The way ended in a steep run and a wooden fence, and there was the railway with shining metal rails, telegraph wires, poles and signals. Suddenly there was a rumbling sound, and a train rushed out of the tunnel with a shriek and a snort, and slid noisily past them. The stones between the lines jumped and rattled. "Oh," said Bobby, "it was like a great dragon passing by." "I never thought we should ever get so near to a train as this," gasped Peter. "I wonder if it's going to London," said Bobby. "That's where Father is." "Let's go to the station and find out," said Peter. There was a great many crossing lines at the station. Some were just sidings with the trucks standing in them. In one of these there was a great heap of coal with a line of whitewash off the top. The porter came out and told them that the white mark was to show how much coal was there, so that he would have known if any had been nicked. "So don't you go off with none in your pockets, young gentlemen." Peter was to remember this warning later. The children quickly settled down to their new life in the country. They got used to being without Father, though they did not forget him. Their mother wrote stories and sent them away to editors. Sometimes they came back, but sometimes a sensible editor kept one, and then they had halfpenny buns for tea. Mother often reminded them that they were poor now. On a cold day in June, they asked for a fire, and she said, "Coal is so dear. Have a good rum in the attic that will warm you up." This gave Peter an idea. "If Mother asks what I'm doing, say I'm playing at mines." He said, "What sort of mines?" "Coal mines, but don't tell, on pain of torture." 2 nights later he taught the girls to help him and bring the Roman chariot. This was an old pram that they had found in a shed. They guided it down the slope towards the station. Hidden in the hollow was a small heap of coal. "This is from St. Peter's mine," he said, and they hauled it home in the chariot. Mrs. Rennie, their daily help, remarked how well the coal was holding out that week. But one dreadful night the station master caught Peter scrabbling around in the coal heap. "I'm not a thief," Peter insisted. "I'm a coal miner." Bobby and Phyllis, who had been hiding behind a truck, came bravely out to join Peter. "Why, it's a whole gang of you!" exclaimed their station master. "The children from Three Chimneys. Don't you know it's wrong to steal? What made you do such a thing?" Peter explained how his mother had said they were too poor to have a fire. He thought it wasn't wrong to take coal from the middle of the pile. It was like mining. The station master promised to overlook it once, but remember, stealing is stealing, even if you call it mining. Now run along home. "You are a brick," said Peter. "You are a dear," said Bobby. "You are a darling," said Phyllis.